Donald Trump appears to be showing more and more signs of mental decline. And at this point, it doesn't even matter if mainstream outlets refuse to give it the coverage it deserves, because his behavior is becoming impossible to ignore. During what was supposed to be a forceful press conference about major U.S. cities like Portland and Chicago, Trump instead delivered a confusing and sluggish performance. His energy was low, his focus seemed to drift, and the event quickly turned from fiery to flat. We're going to take a closer look at this ongoing decline and what it could mean politically. But before we get into it, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Your support really helps us continue producing this kind of content. Now, before we break down Trump's latest appearance, let's start with how he opened this press conference. A moment that left many people wondering what exactly was going on.
The amazing thing is you look at Portland and you see fires all over the place. You see fights and, just violence. It's just so crazy. And then you talk to the governor and she acts like everything is totally normal. There's nothing wrong. It's almost like, are you waking up from a dream or something? You see it on your network. You see it all over the place. And it's so bad. It's so crazy. It's like the movies you see for the kids. I guess not only the kids, adults also, where you have these bombed out cities and these bombed out people. It's like worse than that. I don't think they could make a movie as bad. And then
Trump was rambling again, saying things that barely made sense, talking about bombed out kids and bombed out cities. Honestly, does anyone even understand what he's trying to say anymore? Meanwhile, his advisors, people like Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, just sit there nodding along, pretending everything is fine. It's like watching a room full of yes men, eager to agree with whatever comes out of his mouth, no matter how incoherent it sounds. And that's exactly the problem. These figures aren't challenging him, they're enabling him. Do you really think people like Stephen Miller or others in his circle want Donald Trump to be sharp and focused? Probably not. Because as long as he's distracted, they're the ones quietly pulling the strings behind the scenes. While Trump spends time on photo ops and PR stunts, figures like Stephen Miller are pushing their own agenda. One that's built on fear, division, and intimidation. It's a strategy meant to make vulnerable communities feel unsafe and unheard, and Trump doesn't even try to hide it. He tells you exactly what their intentions are, if you listen closely. Let's take a look at what he said next.
Epidemic of left-wing violence and Antifa-inspired terror has been escalating for nearly a decade. At universities, Antifa has organized riotous mobs to attack campus speakers. I see it all the time. And these are agitators, anarchists, and they're paid. And you'll find that out. You'll be finding it out very soon. You should see what we have on these people. These are bad people. These are people that want to destroy our country. We're not going to let it happen. They've used armed gangs to assault local police in cities nationwide, and they've attacked journalists reporting on their crimes. So the journalists that report on their crimes, don't worry, you're very safe. I hope that's not going to turn you around, but they have been very threatening to people, but we're going to be very threatening to them, far more threatening to them than they ever were with us, and that includes the people that fund them. Probably some of the people I know, some of the people I dine with. But if they do, they're in deep trouble. So we're going to be looking very strongly at the people that are funding these operations. When you see the signs, and they're all made out of beautiful paper, beautiful, nice, stiff, very expensive paper with beautiful wood handles, all the same color. They come from very expensive printing machines. These are not people that write out their signs in a basement that believe in something. These are paid anarchists.
They want to threaten all of us. Do you know why Donald Trump speaks in such vague terms when he talks about the they? It's not because he's a bumbling idiot. He is a bumbling idiot, and he doesn't know who he's talking about. But Donald Trump has created a permission structure with his followers to go carry out political intimidation and political violence, which the right told us, oh, we can't do anymore and it's all the left. But it's really Donald Trump. And so he wants to say to them, all of these people, they're holding you down. They're going after you. So why not get out there on the street like they did on January 6th and start intimidating people and attacking people? And Jesse Waters himself said this, that there is self-portation, was what Trump calls it, happening right now, because people are afraid. Who? Black and brown people. That's who Donald Trump wants to be afraid. That's who he wants to not go outside. But it's tough to present as the tough guy when this is Trump right here. Just take a look at him falling asleep. The eyes are closing this year. Like, let's listen to what's going on. Trump is not off people, radical left-wing people. And do you see his mouth drooping down? The shooting that happened, like, this is not a powerful man. The defensive shooting that happened, that's like the strong, tough guy. That was just somebody that, taken upon the eyes are closing. This is not a tough guy. This is not like macho strong. Like he is falling asleep. I understand being a little bit of like a little bored in the press conference in which his goons are rambling about nothing, but he can't even just like sit with his back straight. His mouth was like leaking down. I think the guy had a stroke. Like, honestly, they have covered up so much of Trump and him, like with the mouth drooping and the drool pooling and the eyes closing, getting heavy. It's like 4 o'clock and he's falling apart. And this is embarrassing, especially again when he's trying to present his tough in this press conference.
Incredible. The only question nobody can answer is why. Why are they doing this? They're like insurrectionists. They're terrible people. But you really wonder why. Why are they doing it? What are they gaining other than they're obviously paid? They're paid a lot of money. The only question nobody can answer is why. Why are they doing this? They're like insurrectionists. They're terrible people. But you really wonder why. Why are they doing it? What are they gaining other than they're obviously paid? They're paid a lot of money. Go ahead, please.
Mr. President, if I can answer that question, the reason why they're doing it is because the same media that's sitting in this room with us has declared all of us at this table Nazis and fascists, and they've been doing this for years. This is why Antifa feels emboldened to attack us. Now, almost every single person at this table has been threatened with a steel bat. We've been assaulted, we've been harassed, we've been threatened, and that is in huge part due to the media. So my message right now is for you guys. Because 2 years ago, back in 2020, by the way, I was censored for my reporting on Antifa here in Washington, D.C. You were talking about how safe it is now, Mr. President. It wasn't so safe back then. Back in 2020, I watched as a father was being mobbed and surrounded by Antifa members as his terrified, crying children looked on and the police here did nothing. I watched as a woman had her hair violently ripped out of her skull simply for waving an American flag on the streets of Washington, D.C. And by the way, if you guys try to go and find any of this footage, you won't find any of it because Twitter deleted all of it because our president shared my reporting and they deleted my entire account immediately after. So now, if you want to know what happened in 2020, all you're going to see is the media headlines that said that it was fiery but mostly peaceful. Thanks for that one, CNN. The reality is that it was an extremely violent period of time, and for the last 10 years, Antifa has been wreaking havoc on law-abiding and innocent American citizens, and it needs to end. Now, I'm with Turning Point USA. It's an honor to be here, Mr. President. Thank you guys so much, everybody in the administration, for giving us a seat at the table, because the media has not only been demonizing us for so long, but immediately after the brutal assassination of our founder, Charlie Kirk, our Turning Point USA chapters have seen an uptick in violence across the nation as Antifa chapters that are embedded in our universities go and target them. It's been extremely difficult to report on the ground, and for a long time I was afraid to go to Portland because I knew that the only people who would have my back, like Julio said, were one of my friends on the ground because there is no police force there. I was terrified to go because I knew if I got shot or stabbed, and I have been assaulted, I've been mobbed and robbed in Austin, Texas by Antifa, that nobody would come to help me. So my plea to the entire administration, especially to the DOJ, is every single radical left-winger who is in front of the ICE facility in Chicago, in New York, in Portland. Please make sure that you use the full force of the law to come after each and every single one of them, because it is us being soft on left-wing violence that has fomented all of the terror that we have seen in this country, and it is the left-wing getting away time and time again with assaulting law-abiding American citizens that has led us to this place.
Thanks for watching this video, and if you stuck around at the end, you can drop the blue heart in the comments, and until next time, I will see you soon.